it makes them want to approach you. But if you hit a fire arrow, you might kill them, or at least do like 40+% or something.
Right, guaranteed combos.
Yeah, I'm not finding any sets between these two. I think this might be their debut set together.
It's fantastic. There's not a whole lot of Young Link representation in Georgia, so I don't know how much recent practice Moxi has in this matchup, aside from maybe Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe, another Southeast mainstay, who is one of the didn't he win a major?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been nuts.
Absolutely. But yeah, Georgia not a Young Link region at all. But it is a place where you will definitely get a lot better if you're playing versus those PR players all the time. So Moxi's been really showing that off lately.
Moxi read the neutral get up there, but was just a little bit too late on the draw. And although the game has looked very Moxi favorable.
Oh my goodness!
Wow, that was very interesting. Reflector into Wolf Flash being true at that percentage. I mean, what character knowledge?
Yeah, who says that we don't have those in Ultimate? Shine combos? Yeah, we can do that.
Exactly. Yeah, this is still easily comebackable, although Moxi is looking to rack up this damage and keep the advantage state. Oh, man.
She certainly is doing that.
Yeah. The juggle's already at 71%. It doesn't matter if you don't make it back. I think you've created the lead that you wanted.
Yeah, and already 90% here. And Young Link, there's no guaranteed kill right now at 120. He's still, yeah, look at that. He still gets another strong hit. You're still surviving, still more chances to rack up damage. So if you're not playing dominant neutral with a character like Young Link, you're losing.
Yeah, this is looking very one-sided right now. Oh, as I say that, though.
He's still alive.
She's still living.
Oh my goodness, Wolf is not heavy. So that shows you some of the struggle that Young Link can have in their life sometimes. That being said, has the neutral to make up for it 100%. Absolutely. You just definitely don't want to fall behind.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to get hit by a back there. Moxi taking stock 2 from Toast, and this is just a raw full stock advantage. Toast has got a lot of ground to make up for. He's going to have to make a lot of reads and I think tech chase options here if he wants any chance at coming back.
Yeah, that was a fantastic start, but you gotta take a lot less in the reversal than you did in the combo, and right now Moxi has totally answered back.
Yeah, we know the Young Link combos exist, and
oh
my goodness! That was almost a 60% kill with forward smash neutral get up read again.
And Toast just barely surviving that one and making it back with bomb in hand. But this is mounting. This is quite a lead. And it's over.
He did neutral get up again!
Yeah.
He did it again!
He did it again, and Moxi does not let it slip.
No. I mean, Moxi didn't punish the actual get up itself, but the mix from the little jump into the back air, I think Toast thought he was a little bit more safe than he was.
Yeah, those are the kind of get-up option reads that you see in Game 5s, not in Game 1s. So, yeah, Moxi catching on real quick to something there.
Yeah, I think we're going to see maybe a slightly different stage selection here. Oh, is it going to be FD? We're going to see some FD.
It might be. This is a 3-ban region. So there's no, if you won there, you can't go back to worry about it at any point. You ban 3 and they pick, so you usually end up going to some pretty consistent stages. And right now, FD is going to be the choice.
Makes me wonder what the bans were there. I mean, sure, Wolf can be happy juggling Young Link with Young Link not having any platforms to land on, but Toast is just going to get some kind of guaranteed combos because there's no mix-up landing options.
Yeah, guaranteed combos and also just the ability to control more space with fewer options for movement for your opponent is always good for zoners. And that point-blank boomerang, that thing is incredibly safe.
Yeah. Moxi already started off the stock before we were talking about keeping Toast in the air and off stage. Anywhere that basically isn't on his feet is exactly where Moxi wants him.
Yeah, and Moxi getting a ton of damage per opening,
There's
but Toast answering back hard.
45% just right away.
Oh, not again, dude.
He did it again.
Oh, he's got to figure that out because Moxi certainly has figured that out.
Yeah, Moxi figured that out. I think 2 neutral get-ups in.
Yeah, Toast though absolutely no stranger to this. There might be, this is a top 8 qualifier, so the nerves are definitely racking up. Moxi also just played a set before this, so might be a little bit warmer than Toast and more used to the pressure of being on stream. So we'll see if Toast can pull it together. Right now, there's an opening, but I don't think that's going to be quite enough.
Now, what's the ledge trap going to be? Just bomb drop? Yeah, nothing happening there. Moxi easily rolls back to stage.
I love that choice of a swing back from Moxi, finding her opening with a fair. And now she's just holding center. She says, you are the one with the impetus here. You have to make something happen.
Yeah, she's just playing very solid, very close and contained.
Oh,
wow. The down air catches the Wolf Flash. I haven't seen that interaction.
Yeah, maybe Young Link is honest. Maybe you're right about that. After seeing that dare not kill.
Yeah, 156 on Wolf. with rage, by the way.
Oh,
called out the jump. Incredible. What is this? I mean, I think Moxi has Toast's whole library card.
Yeah,
I mean,
she just knows.
She just knows.
And
Okay,
like I said, I think this is her first time playing, so having that level of a read on someone is crazy at this point.
Absolutely. It's just experience against all different types of players, and understanding which type of player Toast is gives you a good idea about what the options are going to be. And the question is Toast good enough of a player to adapt on the fly? Drop down aerial to get back to ledge is one of those options.
Yeah, and when you're down 2-0 like he might be about to be, I mean, I wouldn't count him totally out here. You not only have to play better than your opponent for the rest of the set, you have to play way better than them to get a reverse 3-0 like that.
Absolutely. Once Moxi gets footing back on the stage, this is going to be really difficult for Toast. And this is
There it
fantastic,
is.
though. Toast having these options, just keeping Moxi on the back foot. Fire arrow into up B is going to be a kill there.
Yeah, 67, honestly, a lot less than we were fearing after such a huge lead from Moxi, and honestly, it's already evaporating after that big opening.
Yeah, Toast is definitely finding his footing here, playing a little bit more spatial, not trying to brawl as much with Wolf, which is probably what you want, where you want to be. Going for these fire arrow combos and trying to keep stage pressure on Moxi. Any opening that you get, try to follow it up, but otherwise reset to neutral, and Toast is really figuring out the game plan.
Yeah, it would be absolutely massive to bring this one back for Toast confidence. And basically just, obviously you want to be up 2-0, but the mental game is huge too. And Toast finds the one big thing that'll kill at this point and sends us into an even game 3.
Yeah, that would have caught neutral get up or roll get up, but as we saw a couple of times prior, Moxi had been getting those roll get ups, and suddenly how the turntables, I mean, Toast reading Moxi's get up options to take the game.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Both of these players, they want it. They want this top 8 bad because, again, this is one of the most stacked events you could have outside of a major. Probably the most stacked event in NC history. I think that's actually just true at this point. No contest.
Huge credit to Toast for going back to that game plan that we thought he was going to initiate in game 1, which is playing around the fire arrows and that slight space where you can follow up on your projectile options like boomerang and fire arrow. And once he started doing that, it was totally fine. That's why you pick FD too, is to play around that type of play style. But Moxi says, no longer. We're going back to small battlefield, and you're going to have to deal with platform pressure.
Wow, just does it again. Sometimes the no mix-up's all you need. And it's really not going to amount to that much overall, just 30-11 here.
Honest character.
Very true. What's your experience with Young Link?
My experience with Young Link personally, none. I have zero.
Oh, okay. You sounded like a Young Link mate.
No.
That's all.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say. No, I actually do a lot of commentary with Dux, who is a Young Link main himself.
Yeah.
And the information that you get from him is just fantastic.
Yeah,
and
shout out to him.
having
One of my
watched
good friends.
Kobe as well, just watching so many Kobe sets, you just kind of start to gain some information on what the game plan looks like. But
great dash tag.
Moxi is looking tough in this one. It's looking difficult.
Moxi having trouble breaking the space that Toast is creating here. We're on a slightly bigger stage here, I think, now. I think Small Battlefield is a little bigger than FD. It feels that way anyway, with more options with the platforms.
Definitely more surface area.
Yeah, and Toast using that to his advantage, just controlling space, playing on the back foot, and finally Adair is actually going to kill.
What a great choice. Would have caught jump and drop down aerial get up, and Toast just picking the right option this time. Again, catching Moxi's get-ups. It feels like this is a game entirely about get-up reads.
I love the short hop back air into landing nair. That's ridiculous on your honest character here. That is just so many hitboxes. And, Wolf, no stranger to a bunch of hitboxes either. But it can be so hard to deal with, and Toast is so good at weaving in and out, not getting hit by anything strong and just building that damage fast.
This is looking like an entirely different game than game 1. Toast playing just Young Link's strength, yes, but I'm not sure if Toast had an entirely different matchup right before this or what caused him to play game 1 the way that he did, because this is exactly what we expected, and this is exactly what Young Link's strengths are in this specific matchup.
Yeah, and we've seen Moxi make these comebacks. So, again, we counted Toast out for a bit there, and then he just made it happen anyway. So, yeah, maybe Moxi can do it, but wow, these setups are so impressive for Toast.
Yeah, Toast showing the character knowledge of being able to hit some of these combo confirms. I mean, what are you going to do against straight back air? That's, I guess, a little dishonest.
Yeah, Wolf back air combos into the blast zone. That's very, very true. That move just kills.
Combos into the blast zone. All right.
Down throw into
still
the dash
a full
stack.
stock lead, though.
Yeah, still a full stock lead, but again, this is exactly the position we saw, but reversed last game, and things changed so fast. This is You know, you think of Young Link, you think of long, drawn-out sets. This one has been a quick banger.
Yeah, Toast trying to create space. Moxie saying, I want center, and I'm going to keep it. But if Toast can keep the distance and then start using projectiles or sword options to keep Moxie out, then we're going to see this be the Toast game once again. But Moxie holding this edge.
Can you find this edge guard? That's a great start. Can you finish your food? And Moxie does. The whole plate licks it clean.
Beautiful.
Bomb into the bear. The percentage is building. Again, though, this is like one opening for Wolf.
Yeah, honestly, it's one opening for Toast to get the kill here. As honest as a character as Young Link is, you either get one down air read or an up smash read or an up smash combo off of a bomb drop. I mean, you have a lot of kill confirm options here, and Moxie's worried about all of them.
Yeah, that back arrow combo landing too. There's really just so much. But Moxie says, I got combos too. I got tech chases for days. And it's going to add up fast.
Oh, just misses that hard. Why are you fishing for that forward smash? Now suddenly you're in disadvantage. The percentage is even, and Moxie just needs one good read.
Oh, and the tech chase dropped for Toast. That could be tragic. The fair, I don't think it's going to do it. I think this is one of those liar fairs, but I don't know what happened there.
I don't think that was supposed to kill.
Yeah, that looked totally survivable, and then Toast, and then Moxie died.
Yeah. No comment. But we're going to move into game 4. This is not what I expected. Moxie was looking so dominant in game 1. I thought she was going to just kind of run through Toast for the rest of the set. But Toast adapting a lot better than I anticipated.
Yeah, Toast, no stranger again to these top 8s, or almost top 8s. He's made it this far before, and he knows he has what it takes to do it again. And wow, again, another excellent start for Toast, but only amounting to that 13%, unfortunately.
Back to small battlefield. This is Moxie's selection again. I think she knows as well as we do that it wasn't about the stage pick that's caused the difference in this match. You know, FD being selected for game 2, maybe you have some excuse around the stage, but going back to small battlefield and still getting read and cooked the way that you were.
And you cannot land, sir. Moxie says no. There's just a bubble around that center circle, and you are not allowed in there.
Okay, Moxie getting these just tight edge guards, not bad. And then, again, finishing her food. She really knows how to close out the stocks whenever your opponent doesn't have any options. No misses there.
Yeah, she won neutral once at 70 and then just kept hitting him until he died.
Toast advantage here. Reflector coming out for basically the first time this set.
Yeah, I think that's time number 2 in 3 games that it's been used in that way. Wolf Reflector a little slower than like a Fox or Falco Reflector, I think, so that's not what it's used for that often. But it's nice to have.
Toast is using a lot of falling aerials and disadvantage Nair and Zair specifically, and it's working out for him. Oh, that was a great combo. Shielding the Wolf Flash.
Yeah, that was a Toon Link combo.
Yeah.
Bomb to fair. Yeah.
It's a Toon Link combo.
Oh, nice. Now we got fair to grab, going for the Nair on the plat, but Moxie finding a way out. So slippery.
Yeah, she understands the frame data and what type of disadvantage that she's in, and understands that fair is spaced well enough and comes out fast enough that it'll get her out of jail there.
This has been the ledge trap game, though. Both these players doing so much every time they have their opponent off stage.
Yeah. This is looking a lot closer than games 3 and 4. I think it's going to be about who can open up the stock next and can they create that percentage advantage. That seems to be what has taken both games 2 and game 3, is who can get the advantage on very final stock first. It's not about who has the stock advantage, but who can keep the advantage on the final stock.
Yeah, that's extremely true. We are within 3% here. That's how close this set is right now. Again, Moxie with a game, but Toast with a game up. But Moxie has never looked out of any of these games.
No, not at all. Yeah, she can definitely adapt, but what Moxie does best at is playing advantage and playing explosive. So it's a matter of getting out of this neutral situation. Toast just straight jumping in and calling out with an aerial. I mean, it feels like that's actually been a lot of what's happening.
Whoa, Wolf Fair killing off the side. That's unusual. That move's usually going to send up. But once you get to that percent, you're that close to the blast zone, it's just going to happen.
We're on the last stock. It's evened up entirely, but Toast has first advantage.
Yep, that 48%. Looking nice. I think it's easier to get it for Young Link, but you need more of it, right?
Yeah. Definitely need a lot more openings, whereas Moxi needs about 60% in a hard read.
Yeah, and again, it's not really been the combos that have been Moxi's bread and butter. It's been the ledge trapping and the...
That's it.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
That's it. Toast takes game 3 and a 3-1 advantage.
Wow.
Really solid. I mean, a little bit anticlimactic, but Toast doesn't need...
Yeah. That was, it was building up, and then Toast just kind of put it to bed.
Yeah.
Said, actually, I'm done with this set. Can we move on to the next one?
Moxi had a hot run coming through here, but 2 losses in a row. She's going to be knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, that's
Toast
kind of
making it to top
heartbreaking.
8. I know.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sad.
Still a nice showing. Again, this is incredibly stacked. Getting 9th at a tournament like this is so far from shameful. Yeah, that is incredible for basically any player. Still, though, getting that close to top 8 and losing both sets to make it in can't feel good.
No, absolutely agree with that. Toast going to go into top 8, and we have, I think, our top 8 finalized.